Well, that is just one of many tactics professional party crashers could use to worm their way into events. And Saray Chin's here now with more on a man who's made a career out of being a professional party crasher.
Oh, yeah, he calls himself the ultimate party crasher, by the way, Derek. Well, he's from L.A. and reveals how he's done it. The Emmys, the Oscars, he says he's crashed them all. He says the Salahis did well by getting into the White House state dinner, but he says the couple has nothing on him.
Sanjay Collins.
Chuck Penderloop.
Rex Reginald says his life has played out like the Wedding Crashers movie.
Who is that? Him. I think that's his kid Leonard, the diabetic.
That's because he says it was his idea. Now he's suing the studio that produced the comedy he claims is based on his life. He's been pictured with the famous Brittany Murphy, the Duchess of York, and Charlize Theron, to name a few. How do you keep getting into parties you're not invited to?
Well, because, see, I throw a lot of parties, so I get invited to a lot of parties, but when I want to crash, I have no problem crashing. If you know what you're doing, you can go through the kitchen, you can go through a side door, you can read the list upside down.
Reginald calls himself the world's greatest party crasher, touting he can break through some of the tightest security.
I've walked right through the kitchen with a fake walkie-talkie and walked by FBI, CIA, Secret Service.
Seamus O'Toole, Bobby O'Shea.
I'm ready to get drunk.
They've got all the security up front and some guy who's asleep in La La Land in the back.
He's written a party crasher's handbook, which he says every security official should read.
It just shows if these people were terrorists, they could have whacked out the president.
Do you believe that the Salahis will be invited to any other party, or they'll be able to crash future parties?
No, they'll never be able to crash anything unless people want them because they're so well known.
Trade secrets all in his handbook. Reginald says to rub elbows with the ultra-rich helps finance his movies. He's coming out, by the way, with a new movie called Party Crashers, based on his life, of course. In light of the Salahis, the White House has a new policy. White House staff will now be stationed physically at the checkpoints with Secret Service to help facilitate events at the White House.